And we are live. That's right. We are live talking about this Tyson Fury. Now, before I get too deeply involved in this, I'm trying to get the thumbnail set up, tag the video a little bit. And yeah, I just really want the question answered. Is Tyson Fury scared of Dillian Whyte? Why is Tyson Fury not keeping the same energy when it comes to fighting Dillian Whyte? You know, Tyson Fury was very loud and boastful about how Deontay Wilder should give Dillian Whyte his shot, that he's done enough, that he's been through enough. Like, that's the fight he wants to see, that Dillian Whyte, as the intro, the mandatory, needs to get the shot, blah, 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 Dillian. And now that he's the champion, he doesn't want to fight Dillian Whyte. I want to say the name of the channel is Boxing Social. It's a British channel. I was listening to a video that he put out, and I could not find where it was stated, but supposedly, allegedly, Tyson Fury is now talking about Dillian Whyte deserves 13% in their fight. 13%. What's going on, UGC? I'm going to drop the link if you want to get on. But Tyson Fury talking about Dillian Whyte deserves 13%. To get the fight. And if that's not ever pricing yourself out of a fight, I don't know what is. Like, how he comes to the conclusion that Dillian Whyte's only worth 13%. I mean, I thought Dillian Whyte had already been fighting for a couple of $1 million already under Eddie Hearn. I know they offered Luis Ortiz like $4 million to fight Dillian Whyte, so I couldn't imagine that he would be fighting for little bits of chump change. And I know he sells out arenas over in the UK. So again, I'm not understanding. He's also already a pay-per-view star in England. So where is it that these numbers come out? I'm almost done typing so I can have my undivided attention. But I also want to say, on a side note, to anybody who listens to this, who gets this far, there is a channel called BDA some shit. I don't remember. I was on there a long time ago. They got real butthurt whenever I was initially talking about Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. And I was talking about how I believe that Sean Porter was going to get knocked the fuck out. His whole panel of fucking idiots went against me, got mad because I didn't back down. No bitch in my blood, and I'm not going to bow down to a bigger channel, and I'm not going to go along to get along. I'm going to say how I feel. So anyways, this lame BDA goes around to other channels that I was around talking about, oh, don't let them on your channel. Don't let them on your post. And I just find it funny that the panel of idiots was all wrong. They all wanted to argue with me, got mad because I was defending what I was saying, and I wasn't bowing down like the little sheep that followed them. And they were all wrong. And that wasn't the first time they was all wrong. I had them wrong on other fights too. And I just want to the playback or anybody hearing this, if you can, because I don't have the time, go to BDA's channel and see if you can find where I called in on the phone and was like, yo, Porter getting knocked out. And then they all argued with me about how I didn't know boxing. But yet the whole panel of stooges was wrong. And you know what's even funny about it? We're talking about a channel who made their name off of another channel. All they did was talk about the LDBC, not knowing shit about boxing. That's not why they got as big as they was. They got big for going after the LDBC, something you don't see somebody like me do. I don't have to attack other channels to get notoriety, to boost up my name. That's just lame shit. But what's going on, Black? How you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hold on, let me see this shit switch because I'm actually on the road, so I'm gonna try to. Let me come off and then I'll come back on, bro.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, we're still tagging the video right now. But I just found it hilarious that the fight actually happened and Porter got knocked the fuck out. And that's no discredit to Porter. I like Sean Porter. I think he's a very good fighter. And I would never take anything away from his career. He was a true champion, heart of a lion, heart of a champion, would fight to his dying breath. And his dad is the one that threw in the towel. I believe he would have got up and he would have got slept. I don't think he was looking for a way out of the fight. He just fought the better man, who happened to be Terrence Crawford. But to come back full circle, Anybody on the playback, if y'all could find that video of where they all argued with me for probably like 15, 20, 30 minutes max. And then that led to this little fag boy BDA going around talking about me months ago, trying to keep me off bigger panels that I used to go to. And I just found it hilarious how all them stooges was wrong yet again. How you doing, Black?
Good, bro. Good. I heard you going in, man. You cooking.
No, I'm just saying, like, to me, it's hilarious. Like, how lame is your life that you go to other channels to say, don't let this person on your panel?
Yeah, I've been there before, fam. I've been there. I understand exactly what you're talking about. Believe me.
And, you know,
But look
now
at you
that
now, man. Look at
go
you
ahead.
now. I said, but look at you now, man. You ain't got to jump on nobody panel. You know what I mean? They come to Tony's reviews, man.
I mean, you know, it's getting there. You know what I'm saying? It's not where I want it to be, but we definitely growing. We definitely growing, my dude.
But the thing about it is, all the important people in this quote unquote YTBC, they know who you are.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the
Oh,
most
yeah.
important thing. You're
And you
one
know
of
what
them names that come up.
Yeah, and the funny thing about it, which doesn't make sense to me, unlike a lot of these other channels too, the LDBC listens to me and they have an open door for me. And that's one thing like these people, they can't do. They can't go like the wind. Like you could do just like me. You could be like the breeze. You could go wherever and still be accepted. These motherfuckers, they only got their lane. That's all they could do.
Yeah. And then people got their lanes, people that they click with, people that you don't click with. So that's just how it be on YouTube, you know. Sometimes you
Yeah.
can't click with everybody's chemistry and all of that. You know how that go.
Yeah, I know how that go. I just found it funny, like I said, that you know, I finally got the fight. This was the fight that they want to argue with me about, saying it was impossible for Bud to be able to knock out Porter. And then this is what led to BDA trying to blackball me. And what's even funnier about that, Black, is one of the people on the panel had a sixth son, and I even gave money to the sixth son through their Patreon, right? Just to find out, like, a couple of weeks later that this dude was going around and people said, don't let him on your panel. That's crazy.
Wow.
And then they were wrong. They were wrong.
Dang, bro.
They was
That's
wrong.
how it go, man.
Bruh.
That's how it go. Hey, but you can always have your receipts and go back and be like, look, I said this then. And we see the result.
That's it for years. But like I said, and I'm not gonna keep talking about BDA, and I'm sure people sub to me know who the fuck he is and they can get it back to him. I don't really care. I ain't worried about the dude.
I don't know
but
who he is, but yeah.
What's that?
I don't even know who that is. I just be hearing the name from you.
So all he is some dude. He's got a lot of subs. I want to say it's somewhere around 20K, right? But he didn't make his subs off of boxing content. He didn't make it off of knowledge. He made it off of just making videos, making fun of the LDBC. So when it comes to boxing, you can see why these motherfuckers are always wrong, because they didn't build it off of boxing. They built it off of going after a whole community of people.
That's a lot of people doing that shit, Tony.
I know.
A lot of people wouldn't even have content if they wasn't doing that type shit.
I know.
I've seen it, man.
But I mean, like you, that's why, like, I came over to your channel so much. And, you know, I've always been around your channel. You know, I have my moments where, you know, you might not see me for a minute, then you see me every single fucking day. You know what I mean? But it's like, I like channels like yours to where I go over there and I don't have to hear you bashing other people to get my interest. Y'all actually talk about what y'all talk about, and it's not based over shit that ain't related. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Hey, real quick, I'm gonna come back on because I'm picking up my kid, but I'll be able to jump back on my ride home.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, I'll be right back.
I appreciate it. You think Fury is gonna take on the challenge of White, but it'll be a long, drawn out drama? What do you mean by that? Like a long, drawn out before they can get him into the ring? Because I can tell you this: John Fury is already going on record saying that he told Tyson not to fight Dillian Whyte because he was mean to him, because he didn't say good things about him. He didn't have nice words. So by that, Dillian Whyte doesn't deserve the fight. He shouldn't be made a millionaire because he said bad words. Like, what What type of childish, and I'm yelling right now because I'm getting up to open up my blinds. What type of childish, lame, scary stuff is that? That like, oh, you talk badly about me, so you don't deserve a fight. Like, how does that even go? How does that coincide? We're talking about a sport where people have said, I'm gonna eat your children. You know what I'm saying? A sport to where we had David Hay wearing a t-shirt of Klitschko with his head decapitated. Like, we talking about a sport that's been nothing but shit talkers throughout the history. The greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali, was one of the best at it. He's too pretty to be he's too ugly to be the champion. You need a pretty champion like me. He's too ugly. George Foreman, he talk about move like a mummy. You see what I'm saying? He said that's all part of the drama BS. Look, I hear you, but I don't think he wants to fight him. And I'm one of those people, and I stay consistent. I say sparring doesn't mean shit because all too often you hear guys in sparring talk about, I got the better of this guy. I got the better of that guy in sparring. And then whenever you see those two guys fight, it's always the guy who talked the most about getting the better of the other guy in sparring that normally gets his ass whooped. It doesn't correlate over. It doesn't always come into the ring what happened in sparring years ago or months ago, however far back that they were sparring together, because sparring and fighting are completely different. You know what I mean? So I don't take a lot from sparring, but in my opinion, from how I have seen this and how I've seen Tyson Fury's energy change, whatever Dillian Whyte was doing to him in sparring, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want to fight him. He doesn't want to fight him. And another thing that John Fury said too, I don't know if you know this, is that if the WBC forces Dillian Whyte onto him, he told his son he should piss on the belt and throw it in the trash bin. Now, I'm going to say this right now. If Tyson Fury vacates to get out of the Dillian Whyte fight, he is not the best boxer. He is not the best heavyweight. He is not number one. He goes from a top tier fighter to all the way at the bottom of the totem pole, in my opinion. Because to me, you can't get more scarier than vacating your belt to evade somebody. And you can't say that he would be doing it to go to undisputed, because first off, here's the thing about it. You can't have undisputed without the WBC title. So he couldn't fight the winner out of Usyk or Joshua for undisputed. He could fight him just for saying I'm the best guy because I beat the other guy with all the belts, but he won't be undisputed because he's dropped a belt. See what I'm saying? So it won't be for undisputed if he did that. Number two, if I was Eddie Hearn, no, Fury didn't vacate. He has not vacated yet, JD Boxing. What I said is John Fury, Tyson Fury's dad, he came out recently. It was either today or yesterday and said that it's UK time, so it may be different for us in America. But he said that if the WBC forces Tyson Fury to fight Dillian Whyte, that he should piss on the belt and throw it in the trash bin. That's what Tyson Fury's dad is saying right now. All because Dillian Whyte hasn't been nice to Tyson Fury. He said mean words about him. Hey, Black, if you're talking, your mic's muted, just so you know.
No, I was sitting there listening, man. But if you can fill me in, like, so is the Fury and White fight, is that gonna happen or it's not gonna happen? What's up with the WBC? I'm lost on that, bro.
So at the moment, what's going on right now behind the scenes is this. Dillian Whyte has not been mandated to fight Tyson Fury because he put the WBC in arbitrations, kind of like what Wilder and Fury had going on. But he put them in arbitrations because he feels like they have not held up their end of the bargain. He's been paying sanctioning fees. He's been interim now twice. He's had the mandatory, but they have yet and refused for over 3 years now to get him a mandatory slot. So what he's doing is, because he's paid all the sanctioning fees, he's making a judge mandate that they mandate him as the next challenger. Because they're in arbitrations, they can't do anything. They said legally they have to wait for that arbitrations to play out. Now, in the meantime, while that's going on, you have Tyson Fury, who came out recently and said that he'll fight Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte can only have 13% of the pot. So that tells you he's already trying to price himself out of the fight. And then 2, John Fury saying because Dillian Whyte has been mean and said mean things about Tyson Fury, that he shouldn't make him rich. That if the WBC orders it, that he needs to throw away the belt.
Wow. So basically, you think he's gonna do it if they order it?
I think Tyson Fury knows, like I know, that if he accepts that fight, he's going to get knocked out. And I believe that he will vacate because he's just going to be like, oh, I'm the lineal. I'm the Ring Magazine. I'm the only one to win all the belts. I don't think he's going to defend it against Dillian Whyte. I think he will drop it, and I think he'll still try to fight the winner out of Usyk and Joshua, and it won't be up for undisputed. He may get a franchise belt. I don't know. I could see that happening.
Yeah, man, that'll be a disaster. I mean, what can Dillian Whyte do at this point, man? I mean, he stayed with the WBC, hoping and wishing he would get a title shot. First it was with Wilder, now it's with Fury. He's not getting any closer to that title shot. So, I mean, I guess he got to just lead the WBC, man. Unfortunately, this dude's been fighting.
I'm assuming that's why he's got him in court right now, because here it is. Two champ. Okay. Yeah, he's got him in arbitrations right now to get this rectified. Like, I guess he took it to court a month or 2 ago, and they're just waiting for it to play out.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully then it works out for Dillian Whyte.
I agree, but the whole thing was dumb to me because Mauricio explained what I explained, though, but this is what doesn't make sense to me. Right now, the WBC is in arbitrations with Dillian Whyte so that he can get mandated the shot at the title. But the WBC comes out and says, well, we can't mandate it because it's in court. What doesn't make sense to me is if y'all just mandate the fight, then he'll drop the court case.
That sounds so stupid. But it is Mauricio, so we shouldn't be shocked.
Like, I swear, I don't know what it is, but they do not like Dillian Whyte, and they do not want him to be their champion. They are doing everything they can to keep this man out.
And it's strange because of the money. He's a draw. It's not like he's not a big draw. Dillian Whyte is a draw in the UK, so.
He is. He sells out arena and sells pay-per-views without even being a champion.
Yeah, you can match anybody. And we know Dillian Whyte is going to fight, top comp. So you can match him up with any of the top contenders at heavyweight. And this guy is going to do numbers, man. It's going to be excitement. He brings KOs. He brings what else? I don't get. What is it not to like about Dillian Whyte when we're talking about the heavyweight division? But I don't know.
I don't know. Like to me, the dude's got everything that you want. Like you said, it's going to end in a knockout. It's either going to end in a knockout for him or against him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's going to be fireworks in the fight. He's going to press the action. This dude literally took a fight against Marius Wack with 2 weeks to train after being told that he may never box again because of some stuff that was in his piss test that was never in his piss test. But stepped up to fight the guy with 2 weeks' notice. He's fought more top 10 fighters than Tyson Fury ever has his entire career. Like, I'm right there with you. What more do you want from a guy?
I don't know what else he got to do. He got to give blood. I don't know what Dillian Whyte got to do, man, to gain the approval. I think the diehard fans like ourselves, real hardcore, true boxing fans, we appreciate Dillian Whyte, but casuals and then I've seen, of course, the governing body, WBC, doesn't appreciate him. So I don't know. Like I said, hopefully he wins. Everything goes in his favor. And that's just crazy. This man got to fight for something that he actually deserves, man, which is a title shot.
Yeah, what's even funnier? John Fury was saying that he also said this. I left this out. That instead of getting a shot at Tyson Fury, that Dillian Whyte should have to be forced to fight Otto Wallin and not get out of the fight because he was really injured by the MRI. Like, he released the MRI showing that he was really injured. The WBC accepted it. But John Fury's trying to say before he could fight Tyson Fury, he needs to fight Otto Wallin. But my question is, who the hell is Otto Wallin?
Right. So putting the shield, roadblock in front of Dillian Whyte. It's just wow. But Tyson Fury is like he wants to ride this high horse of beating Deontay Wilder twice, arguably 3 times, and it's like, hey man, that's cool. You beat the same guy twice in a row. What's next? Next biggest fight. Can't get AJ. Go ahead and fight Dillian Whyte.
Look, guys, there's levels to this, 13% is 13%. That's the cost to be the boss. If he wants the real challenge, he'll accept the 13% of the purse. And fighting Otto Wallin, that's the real test of a real man. Otto Wallin, he's been there, he's done that. And I think Dillian Whyte, he needs a tune-up fight if he wants to fight the best. So it's highly recommended Dillian Whyte, Otto Wallin.
This man said he need to go get a tune-up first.
Against Otto Wallin. Hey, but you do realize, Tyson, that if Dillian Whyte loses, you're gonna have to fight the guy that cut your eye open again.
Look, I'll take him on again. If Deontay Wilder can beat the Ortiz fellow twice, then I can beat the Wallin fellow twice. It's nothing for a real champion. That's what champions do.
We're gonna go right after that eye again.
That's it. He gonna go right after that eye.
He goes after the eyes. I'll go after his balls. Otto Wallin's balls are mine. I'll put them in my pocket.
Hey, we already know you like grabbing balls. We've seen it in the pictures.
I'll kiss him, I'll hug him, and I'll pick him up, and I'll take him to the threshold to the 12th round, and I'll knock him down.
What's going on, Wooly? How you doing? I see you in the chat.
Got the action. Hey, Tony, I want to ask you, man, what's your thoughts on the retirement of Sean Porter and his dad? Do you think it was influenced by the decision from his dad? My opinion is I felt like it took a lot out of him. The statements his dad made. Do you think that kind of influenced the retirement, or he really was already planning to retire?
So I'm going to say that I believe that he was going to retire. Now, I don't think he would have retired if he would have won. I think he would have tried to fight Errol Spence Jr., before he retired. But I believe he was already thinking about it, because I saw an interview with Sean Porter about a month and a half ago, and they was asking him about the fight. And he pretty much said, I don't really have to win this fight. I've got my own thing going on where I do commentary. Like, I'm good. So that told me right there that he was already thinking about losing and not possibly staying in boxing.
Well, you know what? You kind of half right there, Tony, to reviews. But listen, Kenny got a script. We gave him the script, and he's just sticking to the code, baby. Just sticking to the code, and everybody know over here on the PBC side that Sean Porter wasn't 100%. You know what I'm saying? He kind of slacked off in his training, and that wasn't the real 100% Sean Porter that Spence fought. So I mean that kind of that victory that Bud had over Porter just recently, and it's a good victory, but we all know over here on the PBC side that it wasn't 100% Sean Porter. It wasn't a prime Sean Porter, because we all know that Errol Spence broke that man down already.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was about to ask you, Al. I was about to say, how much did Spence take out of Porter, and how is that the real reason that Crawford finished the job?
I mean, you heard what Sean said himself. He said, Spence hurt him even more. Even though that it was a flash knockdown in the last round that Spence got over Porter, but over Sean, even though that you saw that the theatrics of him getting down by Bud twice in that round, and Kenny stopping the fight. I mean, it's all pre-planned. It's prepaid, baby. Prepaid. Like prepaid cell phone bill. You got prepaid fights. You know what I'm saying? So just build it.
All right. So I know every time I see Al Heyman, I know Errol Spence Jr. isn't far behind. So I'm gonna just throw this out there. And if Errol Spence just happens to talk, then he can answer this question. So Spencer, you plan on fighting Crawford next?
Oh God, he won't stop me. That's on me, baby.
Yo,
hey, Errol ain't jumping in there. They do.
What I was gonna ask him next, Black, is after you beat Crawford, is he gonna be your brother?
Oh nah, not like Yella, not like Yella Beezy. Oh God,
What's going on, Iron Call? You're more
God,
than
that's my
welcome to
brother,
jump on.
brother. Shout out to Iron Cone.
So let
That
me
boy,
see.
hey, that boy's face though when he walked out, man. I mean, I guess he couldn't control his facial expression when he saw the stoppage. But hey, man, that's a permanent image, man, that's circulating the internet right now.
Yeah, man. Look at yo, look at the picture.
Don't
Oh,
don't
nah.
don't mind my eye. You know, when one of my chickens kind of pecked at me. You know, I was trying to get some eggs from my chickens, and kind of pecked at my eye a little bit. And it's gonna be
How do
okay.
I?
You know, me and Bud gonna run that fight. 2022. You know what I'm saying? Early next year, by February, March, we gonna get at it. And y'all gonna see. I'm bringing that WBO home. To the BBC. Al already told me I'm up next on it, and we gonna get it. Get it how we live.
That eye looking, man.
Yeah.
So wow, the frame.
Oh
Hey, did y'all
shit.
see? Did y'all see when he was walking out and people was walking up to Errol Spence, interviewing him, asking him, how you feel about the fight? It was a good fight, His dad stopped too fast, though. His dad stopped too fast.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when they asked him about Bud Crawford, and first he ignored the question. Then they said, "You think the fight happened? It might happen. It probably gonna happen." This dude is still not giving a definite answer. Like
What I
dude's
don't
a,
understand is
champ.
what I really think was going
Go ahead,
on
Tony.
is I really think Spence thought Porter was going to win and he was going to get in the ring if Porter would have won. But being
Yeah,
that Crawford did, you just see that look of disgust. He just get up like, let's roll, let's go, let's get out of here.
yeah. I mean, it was like you realize from his facial expression, it was like, of course, like he was like Team PBC, so it was like he was rooting for Sean. But why root for Sean when Bud is really your big payday at welterweight division? Because Manny already retired. You're not gonna get the big payday with Ugas.
No,
Everybody
not at
gonna
all.
want to see you and Bud Crawford more than ever, especially off that spectacular KO victory over Sean Porter. Like, so it was the wrong reaction he had. He should have been like excited and fired up, like, okay, it's on now. But it was the opposite.
Yeah, I agree with you right there. Like that should have been like just dollar signs going off in his head. Cause like, bruh, that just turned from like if they fought, they might make like 5-6 million each. You know what I'm saying? But that just turned into like a 20-30 million fight right there. Like that fight's gonna make so much money now. But let me get to this question. He said, Tony, do you think Crawford versus Taylor happens? But is the only guy that scares me fighting my Scottish champ. I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's a smart fight for Crawford because he has nothing to gain fighting Taylor. Like the only person that has something to gain is Josh Taylor. But what does Crawford get from beating the undisputed 140 champion who's moving up? Nothing.
Hey Tony, you gonna
But
have
he beats a former undisputed champ. Like, when the last time an undisputed champ beat another undisputed champ or former undisputed champ? When have we ever seen that?
see, look, the coalition of the real boxing channels like these, they they ain't gonna believe you.
Oh, come on, man. See, now I want you to know actual. Drew and me are actually we cool. There's no issues with me and Drew. The the other ones, who's the dude in the black shirt? I don't even know who that is.
That's Shataki. That's Aki.
Oh, I don't even know him.
Oh man.
But let's see. What y'all think? Do y'all think Bud should fight Taylor?
I think so. I think if Taylor, like, why should he refuse to give Taylor the opportunity at greatness? You know what I mean? Like, if Taylor want to jump up there and face, um, you know, the number one welterweight right now, my opinion, Bud Crawford, then why not? You know what I'm saying? If Bob Arum can put up enough money to influence, to entice Bud to get in there and make that fight, then yeah, for sure. I mean, why not? I mean, if Errol not gonna fight him, if Uga's not gonna fight him, I mean, who else? What other fight do he need to stay around welterweight for? You know what I mean? So that's how I feel. Unless he gonna either fight Josh Taylor or go to 54. Maybe challenge Jamel. Maybe.
That would be a hard fight for him in his first fight. What do you think about that fight?
I think it's a good fight, man. But certain other side of the street, they say, Josh Taylor don't bring nothing to the table. I think it's a perfect fight, man. It's a really good fight. I would just like to see Josh Taylor get a couple fights at 147 before he goes in there with Bud. You know what I mean? Just maybe a couple, maybe like 2 fights. I'm sure he'll make 147 very comfortably and situate. I just want to see him in 2 fights with one being a common opponent with and Josh Taylor going to 147. Then let it get a little build up going. 3rd fight, make it him and Bud.
You know what I would like to see, in all honesty, and you may disagree with this, but if Taylor is going to campaign up there with the welterweights, I would rather see him in his first fight a Boots Ennis or a Virgil Ortiz to really see if he's worthy of a title shot.
Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah,
if he gonna jump in the fire, he might as well jump up to the real fire. Like,
I just want to see how I want to see how he can handle the power of guys who can punch at welterweight.
Yeah, who's the biggest puncher Taylor been in there with?
Oh, would it be Ramirez?
Regis.
No, Regis. You're right. Regis Prograde by far. Yeah,
I was gonna say Regis Prograde, man. He's a big puncher, man. That dude can punch.
Yeah, he's strong puncher, man. So maybe Regis is the biggest puncher he's been in there with. Of course, Regis only fought at 40. So, but I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna jump in the fire with Enos or Ortiz, just jump up there, man. I mean, hey, Crawford jumped up to fight a champ in his first fight.
I mean, that's very true. That is very true. He went straight after Jeff Horn, who had just defeated Manny Pacquiao. But should Taylor go for Crawford, being that Crawford's no longer with Top Rank, or should he target Earl Spence or Ugas?
What'd you say, bro? I had to mute.
I said, is Crawford, being that Crawford's no longer with Top Rank, should he still target Crawford, or should he just target Spence or Ugas? I mean, Ugas came from 140, so that may be the easier fight.
Ugas, I mean, yeah, what's going to be an easier fight to make, though, for Taylor? That's probably one of the easier fights he can make, either with Crawford, but he ain't going to make it with the PBC guys, man.
Yeah, but Crawford left Top Rank. He's not with them no more.
Yeah, I know that, but I think there's still a possibility he could do some work with them, like maybe on a fight-by-fight basis, like as a free agent. Like Canelo just went and did a fight with Showtime, but that was just a one fight deal. I don't know this. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask: has the pay-per-view numbers came out yet for Porter Crawford?
No, I don't know. I doubt it. It's too soon. Too soon, bro. It's gonna probably be another few days. Hold on, I'm gonna run in the store real quick. Let me mute.
I think what Josh Taylor needs to do is maybe see a fight with I don't know about getting in there with a Boots Ennis right now, or even a Virgil Ortiz, but maybe like a Cusio Clayton for now. You know what I'm saying? As a first fight. I don't know, because it's a jump. It's a jump. Just want to see how he does with an opponent like that, and then maybe searching, maybe a fight with Boots or Virgil Ortiz, or maybe even what's the name? Blair Cobb.
No. We gonna put Blair Cobb on the side because I like him. Woo! I don't want to see Blair Cobb lose yet. Woo! Tio.
Yeah, he's interesting. He's interesting. He's very exciting.
Dude's funny. Like, I love that dude. But what about him trying to pull Keith Thurman out of retirement? That'd be a good win.
I don't know, man. Keith, he's suspect, man. He's very fragile. I don't think Keith has it anymore, man. I don't think, I don't think
that's why Taylor should fight him. I'm saying
put him out of his misery, I guess, huh? Yeah. Yeah,
and
maybe,
it's a big name. It's a big name, and it's not like I would say that's probably the least dangerous fight you could take at 147, and then you prove that you're, to the casuals, you're elite because you beat Thurman.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a good fight. I think it'd be a good test for him. See if he could withstand that kind of power. Because Thurman, when he does throw those first 6 rounds, Thurman's really strong.
He said the first 6 rounds.
The first 6 rounds, Thurman's really strong. But then after that, he starts his power starts waning away, and then he starts being on the back foot. You've seen that with Danny Garcia in this fight, and a couple of fights with him. But
let me ask you this: since your name, who you got for this upcoming fight, Kambosos or Tio?
I got Tio by unanimous decision. I don't think that's gonna be like a blowout. Tio's been not for nothing. He's been struggling to make the weight at 135. He's really busting at the seams. He's really been struggling to make that weight. And I think Kambosos, he's in top shape. He's in top form, I think, and he's been getting really good sparring partners, apparently, from what I hear. And I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. And I think he's going to hang in there for all 12 rounds, but he's going to get outclassed. He's going to get caught. Tio's going to set some traps, maybe. Maybe he gets him out of there late. I don't think it's going to be an early night, though. I think it's going to be, if it goes past 6, it's going to be a long night. And I think it goes all 12, and I think I got Tio by UD.
See, and I think the opposite. I think Kambosos is going to beat him by UD. I'm putting my predictions on the line on this outrageous call, but
no, it's not an outrageous call. It's not an outrageous call, Tony, because Kambosos doesn't fall into those traps. He can actually outwork Tio, and Tio's weight trained. He's really been struggling. He's really been struggling this time, seriously. And Kambosos in tip-top shape. He's feeling really good, and he's been getting really good sparring in. I think Tio's been caught up in the limelight, with all these deals and stuff like that, and talking all this shit. And I don't think he's been really, really focused. He's just been focused on more of the fame and the money. And instead of being in there and getting sparrings and workouts in, I think Kambosos is really focused. It could be a really tough fight if it goes past the 6 rounds. I just see it as a UD because I think Tio's going to be more accurate. He's got the more accurate punches, more punch selection, and Kambosos kind of like Porter. He tends to smother his own work at times. Kind of looks sloppy, like Porter. He's definitely got an engine on him though.
Well, the thing that I'm looking at and what I'm thinking the fight is going to be very reminiscent of is it's going to look like round 7 through 11 when Loma came on. I think because you got to understand, Kambosos moves a lot like Lomachenko, except I think his hands are actually faster. I don't think he has as much pop as Loma, but I think he's faster with his hands.
His footwork is more, I think Kambosos' footwork is more herky-jerky than Loma's purposeful footwork. You understand what I'm saying? He's got a really fast footwork, but it's very herky-jerky. It's not as clean and precise as Loma's footwork, which is very precise and with purpose.
Right. I can agree to that. But the other thing that I look at is with that herky-jerky is, unlike Lomachenko, he's not shorter than Tio. He is not shorter. Nor does he have a lesser than, when it comes to the height and the reach with the shoulder lean included, he's going to be able to tag Tio from range. And that's a guy who's going to be moving at range. And I think I could agree with you. I could see where Tio could set up a trap and knock him out on a counter shot. Like I could definitely see that Kambosos runs into some shit because Tio, in my opinion, his speed is very deceptive. Like he is actually, in my opinion, slow, right? But when he reacts to guys' punches, it's lightning fast. Like them counter shots is what you have to watch out for, because when he pulls back and comes back forward to slip and hit, it's quick. It's like a cobra striking. Like you have got to be on your P's and Q's, or you're going to be like Comey looking up at the ceiling wondering what the hell just hit you. So I could see him catching them, but I think it's going to be very hard. I think it's going to be hard for him to land that shot. And I just, with the range, with the movement, I think that might be T.O.'s chink in his armor, kind of like it used to be Canelo's.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I think with Kambosos, his key is when T.O.'s returning, he has to wheel out. He has to turn. He has to do that shuffle and the turn. He has to pivot turn in time. And it's got to be quick. It's got to be quick because T.O.'s reaction time on a return shot, on a counter shot is really, it's nanosecond quick.
It is
really quick, fast switch. And you saw that with the Lomachenko fight with him and Lomachenko. He was really, really quick. And I think that's where that where I say that preciseness with the footwork has to come in. Yes, it's herky-jerky and it can be unpredictable, but the precise footwork when he needs to avoid, that needs to be precise and purposeful in turning to avoid those reactions, those counter reactions.
Well, not just turning, but even when he comes in, he cannot attack by straight lines. He has got to come in at angles, and he's got to come in at angles away from T.O.'s power. Because if he gets caught moving into that power, it's going to be a bad night for him. Like you cannot run into T.O.'s power.
Yeah, because he can get caught with a right cross. He can get caught with a left cross, or T.O. can throw him from any angle too. And he's got power at any angle too. That's the crazy thing about T.O., that he's got power at any and every angle you can imagine. He's got power in both hands. He's demonstrated it time and time again. So it's going to be really hard. I think what you're going to see is a lot of blocking. If he get, if Kambosos can block really good, he'll last all 12 rounds. I think he can. I think he can last all 12 rounds. He's durable. I think. In my opinion, Kambosos is very durable.
Well, the thing is, I know a lot of T.O. fans, they be like, "Oh, just watch the Lee Shelby fight. Watch the Lee Shelby fight." Now, I remember it was in the back of my mind. I had saw it live because it was on the Chisora Usyk undercard, right? But I really wasn't paying that much attention to it. But I watched it. I watched it back. My dude. If that's Kambosos' hardest fight, then he's in for an easy night, because I struggled to give Shelby 3 rounds in that fight. Yeah.
And the thing is with Lee Shelby, he's a rough and tumble kind of guy. I don't think T.O.'s gonna let him lean in like that and get rough and tumble with him. T.O.'s gonna throw him off, if anything.
Right.
But if Kambosos tries to play that game that he did with Lee Shelby, he's going to get caught really clean and really hard. So Kambosos got to avoid doing that kind of stuff with T.O. He's going to just throw him off, and then T.O.'s going to set him up with something big. I think T.O. with Kambosos is he's got a jab, he's got to feint a lot. It's going to be an uphill battle.
He's also got to do a lot of touch. Like, don't commit to everything he throws, but he's got to touch when he throws, because if T.O. does throw a counter shot, he needs to touch him to have him off balance to where the whole blunt force won't be hitting him. Like, he's got to do punches and bunches when he's escaping.
Where T.O. isn't comfortable to plant.
Right.
He's got to make sure T.O. doesn't plant, because if he lets T.O. think that he can plant his shots, then T.O.'s going to plant and tee off on him. He's got to be, have T.O.'s on his P's and Q's.
And he's got to keep he also got to keep T.O. in the center of the ring. He cannot afford to be pressed against the ropes or stuck in the corner.
Yeah, he's gonna eat him up to the body if he gets pressed up in the corner.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm thinking nobody likes it to the body, man. Nobody likes it. I think Lee Shelby had some success to the body with Kambosos too. He hurt him a couple times in that fight to the body. He didn't like it at all. But nobody.
Yo, you see that T.O. in the silk sheets. Yo, I will say this. To me, T.O. has turned into everything that he claimed Loma was. He is a true diva. Like, I have never like this dude. Every time a camera comes around, he's looking for the camera that's looking at him. Then he starts licking his lips like he's LL. Like, what the fuck is you doing?
Yeah, man. It's not good, man. It's not good. And you got, it doesn't help that, fucking people's just fucking licking his ass, up and
Right.
down and shit. Thinking, he doesn't want to give Lobo a rematch, right? And I get it, because Lomo was arrogant and not giving a rematch clause or whatever.
I mean, that's what he says. We don't know if that's actually the truth or not, because he may not have signed the contract if there was a rematch clause in it. We don't know the real story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, nobody knows except them. I just think it's gonna go all 12, man, and I think they're gonna give it to Tio, by UD.
Well, I definitely agree with you that it will go all 12. Tio's with Top Rank, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he is. But this is gonna be on the Zone.
The Zone, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that benefits Kambosos because Eddie Hearn doesn't really he doesn't have T.O. He's not going to get T.O. He's not going to keep T.O. because T.O.'s under a 3-year contract. So at least I can say going into this, the judging should be fair.
Listen, here's my thing. If it happens that it goes that T.O. gets a spectacular knockout over this guy, and it's not a foregone conclusion that he will, but what I'm saying is, the weight's been bothering him. So I think it's going to go all 12. But if he does, go as expected, like most casuals have it going that, that Teals is going to blow this guy out the water, which I don't think is true. But if it does go that he blows this guy out of the water in incredible fashion and, an embarrassingly crazy knockout, I don't think T.O. stays with Top Rank. I think that he makes a deal with the Zone and then he buys out his contract from Top Rank and he goes free agent or he goes with the Zone with a big deal because the market's there.
I don't think the Zone can. What's his name? Keyshawn Davis, the amateur fighter. Eddie didn't sign him because he said it was going to cost too much money. I think the Zone is upset with how it's played out in America.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I mean, you got to understand that's a big lost talent if you don't get. I mean, Keyshawn Davis looks very promising, and more than likely Bob Arum's going to get him.
But they got to go with who's going to put fucking asses in seats, and they know that T.O.'s been a rising star for a while, right? He's more known than a Keyshawn Davis. So Keyshawn Davis.
Hold on. I got a phone call. Hold it down. I'm gonna go on mute.
Yeah. My thing is T.O.'s more established than a Keyshawn Davis. If the Zone was to commit some kind of crazy money, they wouldn't commit that kind of money to a Keyshawn Davis who hasn't filled the seats. It's all about, have you filled put asses in seats? And T.O. has put asses in seats, right? And then recently with the backing of, the Canelo endorsement, right? With them taking a picture and stuff like that, now T.O.'s getting his face out there even more. So who knows? I think, if this goes as some casuals might have it, where T.O. blows Kambosos out of the water, he gets a deal with the Zone. He buys out his, they work something out behind the scenes. The Zone buys out the contract. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, they buy out the contract. Unless Bob Arum, feels the need to give him more money. But I think that photo shoot with Canelo Alvarez, that wasn't by accident. That wasn't a coincidence. That was planned, and I think there was more to come. And if T.O. comes out and blasts this guy out the face of the earth, yeah, he might be with the Zone. He might be with the Zone, and that's a possibility. He probably won't stay with ESPN too much longer. Top Rank too much longer. That's what I think. Let me go to the chat real quick. What can I see? All right, Willie Boy says that's a good point. Maybe 147 fight. First, bring them all on. Josh has outgrown 140. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think so too. Agree, Tony. Kambosos wins that, in my opinion. All right. Kambosos has a Tiger. Yeah. Teofimo's been believing his own false and disputed shit. Yeah, I think me, you, and everybody in the room here in this channel can agree that he's been, he's feeling himself too much. And, you got certain people out here that put the battery in his back and giving him this false sense that he's the fucking man and shit when he's really not. Teofimo has Silk Sheet, yeah. And if Kambosos wins, what then for Tio's loudmouth daddy? Tio's loudmouth daddy. Let's ask Tio's loudmouth daddy. What's he think? Lopezine, what do you think? Listen, let me tell you something, all right? My son is not gonna lose. You understand? We've been waiting all this time. Bobby didn't want to put up the money, in the first place. And my man's out there, from boxing scene, right? We all know him. Mike Coppinger, he stuck up for us, and then Bobby had to tell him to shut the fuck up. But he was telling the truth. Had Bobby put up the money for the fight with my son and Kambosos, we wouldn't be in this year-long situation. All right? Pay us what we're worth, baby. You know what I'm saying? And we wouldn't have to go to Triller, and then Triller wouldn't have to fucking snake us, and sell everybody false hope. That's not our fault. That's not our son's fault. Triller know that my son was worth this money. They just didn't have that real money. You understand what I'm saying? Now we got with a company, The Zone, Matchroom, Eddie Hearn. They got the bottomless pit of funds. They got the money to pay us. That's what we're worth. And we're not dealing with old freaking 94-year-old cheapskate Bobby. All right? If you're listening, Bobby Aram, you're cheap, and we're worth way more than what you was talking about, and then you're going to see this weekend on The Zone, and only on The Zone, on Matchroom, that my son is going to be the best, and he's going to prove it again. Undisputed, baby. All right?
I got a question for you.
Go ahead, Tony.
What's the odds of us being able to see you and Danny Garcia's dad fight in a boxing match?
Listen, me and Angel Garcia, we've had some issues. We had a little bet. We was tossing quarters. Playing craps. He was on a block. You know what I'm saying? And he owed me a little money and stuff. He lost. I embarrassed him. I had the hot hand with the rolling the dice and shit. But we resolved that issue. Look, if the people really want to see us fight, me and Angel Garcia, me and Crazy Angel, me and, you're going to see Real Deal, Teofimo Lopez Sr., the OG versus the OG out of Philly. I'm the OG out of Brooklyn. And we'll do that, charity boxing, baby. No knockouts. We're just going to be in there, two Latinos, Hispanics, whatever you want to call us. We causing panic, baby. We go in there and we show the world what 50-year-old dudes is about, because my balls are hanging to my ankles. You understand what I'm saying, Tony? My balls are hanging to my ankles, but I can still fight like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Even with my balls and Angel's balls hanging to our fucking ankles, to our cankles, we still throw down and we can still dance and take your fucking grandma and have show a nice time and take her out for some freaking some dinner. You know what I'm saying? Pio Pio out in Queens, Peruvian dinner, chicken dinner, because we winners, baby. Either way, baby. Boricua, Honduran, any way you want to call it, baby. It's all love, baby. We here.
Tio's dad, we got a comment that's directed to her. Jill, he says, "Hey, Father Lopez, you better hope Taylor doesn't slap you first before Junior. Loose lips sink ships."
Listen, Josh Taylor is a wannabe Mexican, freaking Scottish. You know what I call him? I call him the tartar sauce tornado. Tartar sauce, you know what I'm saying? because my son is going to eat them up with some fish and chips from England, and we're going to make Josh Taylor's mother cook it for us, and then dip the sauce in the little tartar sauce, and we're going to make him a little tornado. We're going to eat him up. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to leave him out there strewn about like a damn tornado goes through. We're going to be the damn Honduran tornado. You know what I'm saying? The huracan on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be backflipping on his damn back porch and his front porch all over Scotland. And we're going to take all his fans and make them Honduran and expatriate them, they asses. We're going to come down and they're going to buy some property in Honduras. They're going to be all good. You know, that's why so they don't have to be cold all the time and eat potatoes and shit. They can actually have some good fish and some chips and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Have to enjoy some good weather and shit. Not be all up there in the damn cold and snow and them damn pissy ass castles up there. They can enjoy the nice Havana, you know, Copacabana weather. You know what I'm saying? Island shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an island papi, and I got my damn. You know what I'm trying to say, baby. Come on now.
Oh shit, we got a legend. Look who we got here. We got a legend, internet sensation, a DVD late night store sellout in the building. Mr. John Sins himself. He said, I'm editing some new videos of my OF. Anyway, Tio Lopez isn't going to last as a champion. How do you feel about that?
Listen, you know, old heads, new heads, you know, veterans, new guys, they all gonna hate on my son. But the thing is this: we show and we prove, baby. We show and we prove, and you're gonna see Saturday night on Matchroom, the Zone, baby. Only on the Zone. You get your subscription, you pay for it like a good American or a good person, citizen of the world. You know, pay a subscription. Stop stealing and streaming. All you fire stick pirates out there, come out your pockets. Come see my son destroy the fake Spartan over there, that fake Greek. Okay, we're gonna make that boy go back home and cry and eat gyros all day. You know what I'm saying? With the pita bread and everything. That's the only thing that's gonna console him after my son beats his ass. Okay. We probably give him a pack of sofritos. He can put some sofrito on his damn gyros and stuff because nobody likes that damn taxiti sauce and shit. We don't eat that shit over here in Latin America, baby. Come on now.
Damn, you said you gonna beat the tzatziki sauce out of Cambosis? Damn.
We're gonna beat the tzatziki sauce out of him, and we're gonna give him some sofrito packets, baby. Straight up Goya, you know what I'm saying? Gonna give him the Goya bean juice on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man.
Skeet, baby.
I just know that when Cambosis beats your son, I'm gonna be yelling Oprah. That's all I know.
You're gonna be yelling. Listen, you're gonna be yelling Tio, Tio.
Oh, that's a good thing though. So if Taylor doesn't fight Bud, I do want to know something. If your son wants to fight Taylor so bad, why is he trying to bring him down to a catch weight?
Listen, Taylor. The catch weight thing, listen, that was Canelo's idea. You understand what I'm saying? So we only going with King Canelo says. So what King Canelo says, we move. We got to move like King Canelo, baby. That's who's moving boxing right now, bro. Come on, man. It's a recipe and it's a formula, bro. Come on, you can't blame us. Blame the game. Don't hate the player. Hate the game, baby.
Speaking of Canelo, I've noticed that your son is looking a lot more muscular than I've seen him before. He's carrying a lot more weight. Have y'all been eating steaks with Canelo?
Listen, we've been eating carne asada. We've been eating pernil. We've been eating all kinds of meats from different areas, bro. You know, we went to the damn Brazilian steakhouse. We had all kind of meats on sticks and shit. And, you know, my son's gaining weight, bro. You know, we're getting older, you know. Even you, even me, you know, we're getting a little older. We get, you know, the food sticks to us different. So, you know, when we go to 140, 147, then 154, don't be surprised, We're the new Roberto Duran. We're gonna go all up to weight to what to middleweight. one day, give us 3 years, we'll be at middleweight, baby. And whoever wants it at middleweight, they'll get it.
My bad. I was retagging my video to see if I could get it to come up. It's not coming up in the search for some reason. I think it's because I didn't put boxing in the title. Let me see. Good one, Tony. Wild boar. Eating with Tyson Fury, having some boar meat.
That's right. Some boar, some pernil, you know what I'm saying? Put it on a roast, baby. We're gonna eat it up, baby. Like Cambosos, we're gonna put that motherfucker on a spigot, and we're gonna put him on a spike and roast his ass over the oven. You know what I'm saying? Put some little, some asada on him, and we cook him slow. We're gonna roast him slow for 12 rounds, and we probably knock him out the last second. A spectacular knockout at 5 seconds left to the 12th round. We'll knock him out. You understand?
Now I'm gonna hold you to that. 12 seconds left in the final round.
The final round of the 12th round, championship round, we knock him out, baby. We're gonna beat him up the whole fight. We're gonna punish him for him talking that mierda.
If your son knocks him out with 12 seconds left in the fight, I will be the first one to go over to Punch Drunk and tell him your son's the best fighter ever.
You can go to Punch Drunk and tell him, and go wherever, go anywhere, wherever, all the channels, and proclaim it. Say it on the top of the hills. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Empire State Building, the tallest building, the Freedom Tower, and go and say, Teofimo Lopez Jr. is the best on the planet. There's no debating.
So what's a better fight? Let's respond to this chat real fast. What's a better fight, Taylor versus Crawford or 2 BBWs mud wrestling?
Listen, there's nothing like 2 BBWs mud wrestling. I mean, if I had a choice, I gotta go with the BBWs, bro. I like them thick, baby. You know what I'm saying? They're nice and thick, baby. Can't nobody beat that, Get a couple Coronas, and I'm there all night. BBWs all day.
All right, so this fight right here is like one of the biggest fights for me that I'm most interested in. Devin Haney versus Jojo Diaz. I personally feel like Jojo was about to make this a very, very, very hard fight, and I think people are sleeping on Jojo.
Jojo Diaz is Cambosos Jr.'s doppelganger. They got split up on birth. That's his twin brother. He's just shorter. But no, seriously though, I think David Haney, he's good. I think he's gonna give Diaz problems. I seen Diaz fight Russell Jr., Gary Russell Jr., and he's a tough kid, but I don't think he has much for Haney. Haney's going to use his length, his speed, and he's going to frustrate him, and I think it's going to be a unanimous decision for Devin Haney. But David Haney don't got no power. He's pillow-fisted, feather-fisted, cotton candy-fisted. I call him candy because he's sweet. He's sweet-fisted, He let Linares, hurt him. You know what I'm saying? He had he had him doing a little, down south dance, whatever dance that is. You got him doing a fucking little Harlem shake and shit on the legs and shit. Looked like he was wiggling out a piece of shit from his trunks and shit. He had him shaking so bad. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, Haney gotta be careful, because Diaz got some kind of power, baby.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you talking about Haney's got cotton candy hands, but I mean, Haney kind of making your son look like he's diabetic and scared of sugar because he won't fight him for real undisputed. So, I mean, is your son diabetic?
I mean, come on, but who has Haney fought, bro? Come on, Papi. Who's Haney fought? Nobody. You fight a 1,000-year-old Linares. Linares is like 50,000 years old. The Venezuelans are like worse than the Cubans. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how old Linares is. How old is Linares? Somebody say how old Linares is. We don't know. That's like a communist country over there, Venezuela. Nobody knows. That's why his ass moved to Japan and shit. He lives in Japan. I think he's called the Hakiisho Linares or some shit like that now. You know what I'm saying? He speaks Japanese and shit. Nobody knows Linares' age. And then who else has he fought? You know, who else has Haney fought? Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. Some no hopers. No hopers. You know what I'm saying? Santiago, who's that? A no-name Puerto Rican guy that swam from fucking Dominican Republic to Puerto Rico. Come on, bro. Let's be serious here, baby. My son has fought names, okay? Comey, right? Magdaleno, tough guys. You understand what I'm saying? Haney, who's he fought? Past it Cuban, right? You know what I'm saying? He fought the kid that Tank couldn't put away himself till the last round. Yorkis Gamboa, you know? Oh, that's Cuban. Yorkis Gamboa is like 65 years old, bro. Him and fucking Luis Ortiz went to the same high school together, bro. Come on, bro. Him and Rigondeaux and all their fucking Igloo brothers, bro. They was fucking the same bitch in high school all together. You know, they like 55,000 years old. Come on, bro. Can't be serious. And he struggled with that old ass Cuban guy. Come on, bro. Let's talk boxing. Let's talk real boxing.
With all that being said, though, he still has the WBC title.
That's the email belt, bro. Come on. They FedEx that shit, bro. That's the fucking Yahoo belt. That wasn't even Gmail. That's the Yahoo mail. Who the fuck uses Yahoo anymore? Fucking, matter of fact, that was Netscape belt. We could have called that the Netscape. They sent it through Netscape on a confirmation email through Netscape and on a fucking AOL fucking email. Who uses AOL anymore? Come on, bro. We all know the fix. Suleiman's playing games with us, bro. Come on, man. Everybody knows Suleiman's playing games. He gave him that belt to make him feel good about himself. That's it. Email belt, WBC champion, and he got a certificate. You, sir, heard Suleiman say, we are the undisputed WBC champion at 135. Right or wrong?
I've heard Suleiman say a bunch of things and then contradict himself.
Suleiman sent us the damn certificate with an NFT stating that.
Wait. You said Suleiman sent it to you, a certificate?
He sent a certificate with an NFT.
Wait.
Listen, a crypto. He
Hold
sent
on.
NFT, non-fungible token.
You got lesser technology. You didn't even get an email. You got a letter in the actual mail, USPS.
That's right, because if you would have sent it through email, it would have got pirated, bro. You know, it would have got hacked. Like Devin Haney's belt is hacked. That's a hacked belt. Ours is like hand carried to us. You know, understand what I'm saying? When you want something authentic, they send it to you hand messenger, by messenger. A human person send it to you, and it's sent it with a certificate, with an NFT computer chip, and everything with a serial number, non-fungible token belt. You understand what I'm saying? The shit is real. It's gonna be worth something. The franchise title, look it up.
He said this guy's voice is way too hoarse. But then again, I'm a bit of a horse myself.
We all horses, man. We're all caballos, you know what I'm saying? Big fucking Budweiser horses. You know, we pulling the beers, baby.
Oh shit. Bruh, if I talk like Teal's dad, I wouldn't be able to talk for like a month. Like this shit would destroy my throat.
Oh man.
What's going on, Jams? Why did he say and a receipt? What's the receipt? What are we talking about?
And the receipt. Oh shit, man. I have too much fun with this shit, man. It's just funny.
No, it's just funny as fuck. I just sit back and listen.
But
like,
because you know these guys be standing back to me like, you're like, hold on, what are you talking about the LGBT? Hold on, you talking about the LGBT? Who's talking about the LGBT? Hold on. Errol Spence is better than Bud Crawford. Everybody know that. Errol Spence for a prime time 100% Sean Porter. Okay, my baby Errol Spence is all that.
Yo, who is that a picture of? Who is that a picture of?
That's a picture. I don't know. I think it's a girl on TikTok or some shit, and she was doing like I think she has like Tourette's or some shit, and she did some face, and it got stuck like that.
Like permanently stuck, or
It got
just
stuck. No, like for a quick, like for like 2 seconds, she got stuck like that. I'm like, what the fuck? This bitch is like possessed by some demons and shit. But apparently she got like some
look,
Tourette's.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I can't hate on the LDBC because there's a lot of people in the LDBC that support my channel, like a whole lot.
Nah.
And it's weird.
I fuck with certain individuals in the LDBC, man. So you know, some of them good people, man. A lot of them, they did fucking delusional. They're fucking just batshit crazy. They just, you know, I know I'm fucking crazy, but they're like batshit crazy. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah, I just don't like narratives being pushed. That's all.
That's the thing. That's the whole thing. Well, you know, the narratives, that's what kills it. You know.
He said, "What the fuck is a hack belt?"
Oh shit.
Oh man, he said Norton couldn't stop that damn hack.
He said a hack belt. What the fuck he's doing? No, he's hack belt.
I want to know who this dude is. I've never even seen this dude before. He just says a receipt. But let's see. What other fights do we have coming up? We got the Haney fight. We talked about that. We talked about Cambosis. We talked about Tyson Fury's ducking the Dillian Whyte. I believe he's ducking him at this point. I think he's ducking him.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, man, Fury's just being a dumbass, man.
Well, it's not just that. If you remember, over a year ago, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, Tyson Fury, the first time it was mentioned that he had to fight Dillian Whyte, he was like, the belts are nothing but trinkets. They don't mean anything to me. I've already won them all. Why is it every time Dillian Whyte's name's brought up, he's ready to get rid of the belts?
I don't think the Iron Sheik got to say, oh shit. The Tyson Fury, that son of a bitch, asshole. Now he's changing his damn tune. The damn Dillian Whyte, he's been the damn contender, the #1 contender for the WBC for the past 5 years. Okay? I tell you the truth. Dillian Whyte deserves the title shot, and the Tyson Fury should be ashamed for only offering the 13%. What the hell is wrong with you? You damn coke boy. You do the more coke than I did in the 80s. What is the matter with you? If I catch Tyson Fury again in the WWE ring, I see him myself and I slam him, put him in the camel clutch and break his back upon my damn knee. Yeah, man.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize I was muted.
Yeah,
like I'm talking, my fucking mic's muted.
Don't lie, man.
Like I'm telling you, whenever you was doing T.O.'s dad, I just went.
Iron Sheik
What's
don't
up?
lie, man.
Oh, you talking about this? I find it
Iron
funny
Sheik don't
that
lie, man.
I find it funny that LaRon, who has a picture of an eye, is talking about eyes following him.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Fight is gonna be good. Is Figueroa versus Fulton. That's gonna be a good fight.
I don't like Figueroa.
It's gonna be real.
I do not like Figueroa. I do not fucking like him. There's something about his face that I don't like. Like, I want to punch him. Like, I don't know him, but I want to hit him in the face. Like, I hate the way he looks. I don't know what it is about Figueroa, but he's just got that face that I want to hit.
Yeah. Figueroa looks like a bitch.
I hope Fulton fucks him up. I really do.
Yeah,
when is
Fulton's gonna
fight? When's the fight? I gotta look that up.
I thought it was this weekend. It's this weekend. I'm pretty sure it is.
It should be a PBC card, right?
Yeah, it's a PBC.
Is it gonna be on Showtime or Fox?
It should be on Showtime. I'm pretty sure it's on Showtime, on regular Showtime.
Yeah, but when's the fight going to happen? Do you know what time? Is it going to happen during the Teo fight?
I think so. It's gonna be like around the same time at 9.
I'm not going to cover it. I'm not going to cover it. I can't. Like, whenever Teo and Kambosos fight, I need my undivided attention to that fight only. I can't be, I've done fights before the way I cover both. Like, I have one on the TV, one on the computer. But for that fight needs like my full attention.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And plus, I think the Teo fight is going to be much better.
Yeah, it should be. But I think you can't sleep on the Fulton fight, man. It's going to be a rough and tumble kind of fight, but I think Fulton is going to edge him out, if not knock him out late in the fight. So I got Fulton by 10th round TKO.
You think Fulton can knock him out?
I think Fulton hurt Leo. He hurt Angelo Leo really bad. And I don't think I think Figueroa has that chin. I don't think Figueroa's chin has been tested like that, especially with the clean sharpshooter like Fulton. So if he gets hit enough on that chin, man, I think Figueroa's gonna go down, man. He's gonna capitulate. I don't think he goes all 12.
I would have thought the opposite. I would have thought if a knockout was to happen, it'd be Figueroa, just because I know Fulton, he doesn't have a lot of knockouts. Like, how many knockouts does he have? I guess I could Google it, but I don't think he has a lot of knockouts. Whereas Figueroa, almost all his fights is by knockouts. So I would have thought the opposite. I would have thought that if a KO happened, it would be by Figueroa, but I don't know. Like, I don't really. Who's the hardest person Figueroa's ever fought, though? That's another question. Would it be Flores? Would that be the hardest person he ever fought? Who do you think Figueroa's best opponent was?
I think so. Shit, off the top of my head, I can't even think right now. I can't.
So there is that. Fulton's been there with
I can't recall
competition, but
he's been with more undefeated guys.
Yeah. It'll be curious to see, because they're trying to make out Figueroa to be the next guy. They really trying to push him hard.
Yeah, and it's messed up because what they should be concentrating on Fulton to be the next guy, because I think Fulton, they're in a stacked division. It could be Fulton and what's the name? Lil B-Hop, eventually one day, right? If Fulton decides to move up, they go at it. That'd be a really good fight.
Oh shit! Look who's here.
It could be Fulton and Gary Russell Jr. That'll be a really good fight. That'll be a fucking dope ass fight right there. Fulton and Gary Russell Jr. Fulton could put Gary Russell Jr. out of his misery and just fucking retire his ass.
Look, let me tell you something right now. Nobody can put Gary Russell out of his misery. He broke Terrence Crawford's jaw. He broke that shit. Crawford didn't want nothing. Gary Russell said, I come up to 168 and fight you. Crawford got scared.
He was like, hey, Slim. Hey, look, man, I know this, Bud Crawford don't want nothing with me. You know what I'm saying? Because straight up, hey, after I come back from Tibet with my wife, you know what I'm saying? Doing these 7 months up here in the damn mountain, spinning these logs with dear brother Noopsy and shit, you know what I'm saying? Eating these leaves, the golden child. I'm going to have these golden guns, you know what I'm saying? And one time, it's going to be 2 times, it's going to be 3 times Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying? You're going to know me as Keith 3-time Thurman, because I will take that WBO belt off of Bud Crawford's hands. I ain't no Sean Porter, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no Kavaliauskas, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't no Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying? Even though I avoid Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying? I ain't them guys, you know what I'm saying? This is a new improved Keith Thurman, straight up.
You know, I was on somebody's panel yesterday, and they said Keith Thurman's been sparring real hard lately.
No, he has been sparring real hard.
So is he really going to come back after like a damn near 2-year layoff?
He's coming back, man. He's coming back. You know, he smells the money. The time is right, and hopefully he doesn't get fucking hurt again.
I mean, how long has it been since he fought Pacquiao? Has it been like it's over 2 years, right?
26 months, I believe.
So 2 years, 2 months.
Yeah,
that's a lot of ring rust.
Haplo, what's up, man? Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's definitely crusty.
Mm-hmm. I dropped the link for Havlo if you wanted to get on. You know, me and Havlo tend not to argue on my channel. More or less, he tries to bait it out on Black's channel.
Among other channels.
Among other channels.
Yeah. Oh man. What other fight? How you feel about Triple G and Murata, man?
Oh my
how you see that fight going?
I don't really give two fucks about Triple G. I'm gonna be honest with you. This dude needs to fucking retire. Like straight up needs to get out there and boxing. Like I'm so sick of fucking Triple G. Like I thought not Sarah Meta, fucking the other dude. Fucking what's his name? He beat Sarah Meta. He knocked him out. The guy before that with the S name, Charlo fought him.
Sergey Derevchenko.
Derevchenko. Yeah, I thought Derevchenko beat his ass. I thought that was the end of Triple G. Like, okay, it's done. Like, he lost. I mean, the dude's not the same fighter. He's not looking for no legit fight. Like, why is he going for Murata in Japan? He could have fought Andrade. He could have fought Charlo. But instead, he goes for the weakest dude at the division, which is probably somebody he'll beat.
Yeah. Do you know who I think he'll eventually fight? He'll get him out of retirement. You know, he's eventually gonna fight my guy, none other than he's gonna get him out of retirement.
Jaime?
My guy, other than
Canelo?
Matt Korobov, man. He'll get him out of retirement. You know, he's gonna get Matt Korobov out of retirement. They're gonna fight, you know, because they had a fight way back in the amateurs, and Triple G beat Matvey Korobov, you know. So Korobov always wanted that rematch. But you know, unfortunate circumstances. I think, you know, if Matvey goes in there, you know, gets him a fight, wins a fight, and gets in the rankings again, the IBF or the WBA. Yeah, that fight might happen because Triple G's a little bit older. He's gonna be avoiding the harder fights. But
I don't know if Triple G. I don't know if he fights another fight. To be honest with you, I could see him winning this fight and vacating and retiring.
Oh, Triple G's got. If he wins this fight, Triple G's still got 2 more fights left. You know, so
he's got 2. I don't. He might be under contract, but if he retires, that pretty much null and voids the contract.
Yeah. I don't know. Right now, you know, people just want to see, you know, Triple G's got the fan base where he's got enough fans to, you know, make any fight he wants right now, to be honest, you know, especially outside of the US. Triple G's got the fan base, you know, they got the subscriptions to where if Triple G says, you know, I want to fight a lighter touch, he goes for, you know, a past it, you know, Matvey's kind of past it right now. You know, he's been hurt, and that's a fight that, you know, fans out there, you know, other than the USA, fans outside, you know, it's mainly, you know, in the Eastern Bloc, you know, Russia and all that stuff. They want to see that kind of fight. You know, they want to see that rematch. You know, they've always wanted that fight. It's kind of like the people that always wanted Triple G and Pyrog to fight, the same people that want Matvey Korobov and Triple G to fight, you know, just for the nostalgia purposes. And, you know, it'd be a good fight, I think.
I'm thinking Triple
Nobody want to see it over here, though. Nobody wants to see it over here. That's one thing. Nobody wants to see it over here.
Murata's a champion, right? Doesn't Murata? Isn't Murata a champion? Doesn't he have the WBA?
Murata's the champion, Tony. Murata's the champion, but who wants to see that fight? Who wants to see Triple G and Murata fight? Nobody, right? But that's a big fight over there, though. That's what I'm saying, right? The fights that we don't want to see, right? The paying public over here in the U.S., the paying public over there in Japan, and the Eastern Bloc nations over there want to see, right? And the Russia and all that stuff, they want to see that Murata fight Triple G. They're clamoring for that fight. They've been calling for that fight, and they want to see that fight, even though we never called it. But we're not the pinnacle. We're not the center of boxing anymore. Boxing is a worldwide sport, right? You know, listen, when you have champions right here in the U.S., you know, saying that other champions' belts don't matter, right? For instance, when you have a person like Michaela Mayer, right? You know, just recently on Twitter, she says, "Oh, nobody gives a shit about the IBO belt," you know, but there's been notable champions that held the IBO belt, even though it's not a sanctioning body. So what you know, in this day and age where the belts, so quote unquote belts don't matter or belts do matter, but we got, you know, the WBA reneging on their belts and diminishing, you know, taking away belts, and the WBC making fucking fake belts up. You know, what is a real belt nowadays, right? Where IBO, I've been a strong proponent for it. And then now more and more people are, you know, claiming that IBO is real, but you got Michaela Mayer, still an American, saying that the IBO doesn't matter, when another American, Alicia Baumgardner, who she wanted Harper to beat, to be the one to be the winner of that fight. Alicia Baumgardner whooped her ass and knocked her out. You know, let's be honest. Michaela Mayer was hoping that Harper would win, but
Baumgardner did. You know? Baumgardner didn't knock her out. She straight Medusa'd her. She turned her into a standing statue. Like that girl was frozen. Like she did. Like her body just stopped.
You know, and you got people like that, right? Well, you know, boxers and boxing fans saying, "Oh, that's not a belt," but in other places like Triple G has a WIBO belt, right? Anthony Joshua then had the IBO and represents the IBO belt, right? Yep. So, and it's not a sanctioning body yet, but it will eventually be, because it's in the same status that the WBO was, you know, years back, you know, until 2004 when De La Hoya fought B-Hop for all the titles, you know. That's when the WBO was really legitimized, to be honest, you know. So I think it's now time for the IBO and a belt like that to be legitimized.
To be honest with you,
if you got crazy stuff like the WBA doing craziness, what they're doing, the ridiculousness, and then the WBC doing shit, what they doing to Dillian Whyte right now, right? Where he can't get a shot. What, you know, what is legit nowadays? You know what I'm saying? We, the people, the fans, have made around the world, have made the IBO. It's a prestigious belt, and not here in America, but in other places in the world, the Africa, the Asia, Europe. The IBO is a very sought after belt. You know, here you got Floyd Mayweather, the biggest man in boxing that's ever, the best that ever did it financially, that gained the most money, has held the IBO belt. Manny Pacquiao has held the IBO belt. So come on, man, let's cut the bullshit. You know, it's a real belt, man. You know, people gotta come off that shit that the U.S. is the center place, because it's not the center place, man.
Kylie Reese also has the IBO too. You know, she just fought. I thought she lost that fight, but that was also her belt as well.
I think it was a draw. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. Yeah. How about yourself?
Good. So you talking about Fury or something?
So to recap what was said earlier. So this is pretty much what's going on, right? John Fury, Tyson Fury's dad, pretty much said that if the WBC mandates Dillian Whyte to fight him, that Tyson Fury should piss on the belt and throw it in a trash bin, basically vacate the title. And Tyson Fury came out and said that he's only going to fight Dillian Whyte if he takes 13%.
Yeah, I have read that. I saw that. Well, then let him drop the belt then. I don't care, because I don't talk about him. 'Cause I don't have time for games. I don't have time for games. If that's what he want to do, then so be it. But I don't have time for games. I'm not a Fury fan. I don't follow him.
Well, I think he's scared to fight Dillian Whyte. I think he knows that Dillian Whyte's going to knock his ass out.
Whether he do or not, I don't care what that dude say. Because it's always jokes and everything's funny. This is not a game. This is boxing.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. Mental warfare, but I don't have time. He think he could do what he want to do and all of that. I'm not really the only heavyweight that I like, is AJ. The rest of them can go fuck themselves.
You said AJ?
I don't have nothing against Usyk, yeah. No, and I mean Dillian Whyte, I like Dillian too. I mean Dillian's been through some rough. I don't like how they doing him.
Dillian Whyte is a stand-up guy.
Dylan is being treated. Huh?
Dillian Whyte for me is a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up.
I'll be right back, y'all. Y'all hold it down. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I think, for me, Lisa, I think Dillian Whyte is well deserving. He's past deserving, right? He should be actually compensated for his sanctioning fees. How long he's been the number one contender for the WBC title. He should be, he should be compensated for waiting so long. I don't know. It's just ridiculous and an injustice that Dillian Whyte has had to fight and clamor and prove himself time and time again that he's deserving of a title shot.
Look, some people think they could do what they want to, and that's fine. But nobody got time for games. You know what I'm saying? He has to. If he want to hold that belt, then there's responsibilities with that belt. Me personally, if I was Dylan, I would hopefully just want to get my current sanctioning fees and retro and then bounce. They don't want him there. I don't want to go nowhere where I'm not wanted, me personally. Right, the politics tell you they don't want him there.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The writing is on the wall. If nobody don't see that, then they blind. They choose not to see it. I don't know what to say.
It's pain. It's
if I was him, I wouldn't even want to deal with him.
It's painfully obvious that that's what's going on, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that
you can't even deny it.
Yeah, no,
sad.
I agree. If I was Dillian Whyte, I would push for the fight. I would beat Tyson Fury's ass, take his belt. I would then fight for undisputed. And after I won all the titles, I would throw the WBC in the trash can and be like, this ain't a real belt. And then I'd turn the IBO into a real belt and get rid of the WBC.
I'm with that. I agree. I like that. That sounds like a plan. I'm completely for that right now.
I hear you guys. Yeah. The WBC is like the biggest sanctioning body, right? I can't say they're the biggest, but they seem to be the one that seem to be the most out there. Y'all hear me?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. And I think it's right now they've been shooting themselves in the foot, just like the WBA. They've been shooting themselves in the foot, and it only takes for us fans to be like, you know what, we don't really believe in your belt anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you can't give it energy. It's like, okay, right. So, you're making all these fake belts for what? It's not real. You're not abiding by your rules and guidelines. So what makes you a legitimate sanctioning body? When you can't even abide by your own guidelines, your own white paper, right. What's on black and white, you're not following what's in black and white, the letter of your law, which you say that others have agreed upon, and it takes the boxing
I've heard people say Fury could do what he want to do. When I read that article, I was like, wow.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, is like, people don't read like that, like especially boxing fans, admittedly, a lot of boxing fans are really stupid. They're very ignorant. They just go on YouTube and just look at videos. You can't just look at videos all day on YouTube. You have to go out there. You got to read the articles. You got to do your history and really do the research and really go there, sit there, read for a few hours. You know, get your boxing almanacs, and read through, you know, what the lineal title mean, what the lineal champions mean, who was, you know, the lineal champion way back when. You know,
hold on 1 second. I'm gonna read this in just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah. The last lineal champion from John O'Sullivan was bloodline was Lennox Lewis, but you can't establish other lineals bloodlines, you know, because I always said there's a ring lineal and there's a lineal.
Right. It's separate. It's separate. And people don't understand that. And these young kids out here, they don't understand it. You know, if you know, if you haven't watched boxing for the past 30 plus years, you know, I've been watching boxing since I was, you know, 6 years old, you know, since freaking Camacho versus not Chavez, but before that,
Rafael Bazooka Lemon,
Mancini, you know, boom.
Oh, Mancini, Mancini,
Lemon, you know, Mancini, you know, I've been watching boxing, you know, since you know what I mean, following it hard body, you know, way back.
Yeah,
you know, I
Camacho
watched boxing when I was real
huge.
little, but I don't remember those matches in like when I was 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, Camacho was
really say that I was following boxing since those days, since boom boom. You know, since, you know, pretty much 88, 89, you know, that's when I was really following like that. Like, okay, who's this? Picking up Ring magazine when I was 5 years old and, you know, trying to read through it, you know what I mean? And asking my older cousins, like, what does this mean? What does that mean? What is the lineal? You know, what is this? You know, asking questions, you know what I mean? So
well, then you have to explain it, Haplo, because I watched a chronology on I forgot that guy's name that do these videos, and he did the bloodline. What's the guy's name? He do these videos, very popular on here.
It's
talking about Rummy?
Rummy's Corner.
Yeah,
Rummy's
I think
Corner?
so. He did I think it was him. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I was just
librarian,
chronology.
You know, or boxing librarian, you know, or scrapbook boxing.
Yeah, him
you know?
too. Yeah, scrapbook. Yeah, I'm sub to all of them. Yeah.
You know?
He's saying that John O'Sullivan's bloodline was over with after Rocky retiring. Well, then I'm just going by. I would have to trace it myself then.
Hey, I'm gonna read this real fast just so I can get it off the screen. But I know you know this dude, D. Jefferson. I'm not gonna talk badly about him because I see that he hasn't made a video in a very long time. So I don't know if I don't know how he's doing, but I quit going on his channel because I told him to go on Wikipedia and read what I'm showing right now. And he tried to pick and choose what he was going to read instead of reading the whole thing, because I made the statement that when you become intro, you're mandatory by default. That's how it's always been throughout the history of boxing. But he tried to use that in here. It says at their discretion, but it's at all their discretions when the mandatories have to fight. That's just being the owner. That's all that means. Like, that doesn't change. But right here at the very end, you can see it says the WBC, however, has begun awarding interim titles to winners of final eliminator fights, effectively signifying a mandatory challenger position for the full world title. Recent examples include the winner of Dillian Whyte versus Oscar Rivas and Devin Haney versus however the hell you say his name.
Yeah.
Abdullah, I believe is what his name was.
Ahmadali.
Ahmadali, there you go.
Well, you know what, Tony? I would say this. For me, Tony, Tony, it's for me, I don't really like you using Wikipedia. What I do is I get at least 3 sources of information. I'll go to the WBC website. I'll go to all the sanctioned boxing commission's website. Actual official website.
Let me stop you there.
Do that. I don't like using Wikipedia.
Hold on, let me stop you there. Let me stop you there. Listen to this. The only reason why I did that was because it was something that people could read, seeing it. However, there's a video on YouTube where Mauricio Suleiman, He explains interim. The very second Dillian Whyte got knocked out by Povetkin, he said Povetkin is the mandatory because he now has the interim title out of his own fucking mouth.
Okay.
So he explains in that interview what the interim title is to the WBC, and he said it's always a mandatory, and it was going to set up the mandatory between him and Tyson Fury. However, he couldn't because contractually, Povetkin had to fight the rematch with Dillian Whyte because what was in the contract.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, if he said that, that's the president of the WBC. He writes some rules and regulations of his own organization. And if he said it and it's in paper and it's on his website, then I can't argue that. It's got to be it's hominis dominus. Pretty
Mhm.
much.
Yeah. Oh, they must have updated it, this Romney's Corner thing. Because now they got a picture of Tyson Fury. But I remember the older one. Yeah. So Lennox Lewis must be under that Floyd Patterson. Those blood.
Lennox Lewis was the last real lineal champion. After he retired, Klitschko got it because he cleared out the division. Like he beat everybody there was to beat. So that's why he became the new lineal. There was he literally beat everybody during his run. And because Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, that's how he got lineal. But the actual lineal status ended because nobody really, Vitaly should have beat Lewis. He was beating him. But because Lewis won because of that cut, nobody actually took lineal from Lewis.
Right, but what Haplo's saying in the this John O'Sullivan, that lineal bloodline ended with Rocky Marciano because Rocky retired.
Well, that's true. He's the only undefeated heavyweight that had a title.
Right. So he retired, and it's the man that beats the man. Yeah.
But
so I guess another lineal shit was established. Yeah.
But you got to understand, Lisa, it is the man who beats the man. But if the man is no longer there, you can still become the man by beating everybody. So that's what my argument would be. Even though Rocky Marciano retired undefeated, when the next champion comes around after him that beats everybody there is to beat, he's the man because you're the man when nobody can beat you.
Right. That's why I was saying another lineal shit was established. So Lennox Lewis is probably he's got to be under the Floyd Patterson.
Yeah, he may. I don't know.
That bloodline, yeah.
And then the current one would only be two. It'd be Klitschko and Fury.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, because Klitschko beat the number 3 guy because the number 2 guy was his brother, so he beat the number 3 guy and established a new lineal. Yeah.
But I can tell you this, Lisa. If Dillian ever gets Fury in that ring, he's going to be the lineal champion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, hopefully, it's up to the WBC. They have to sanction it and order it without but I don't know what's going on with Fury. Did Fury do these things, but he's allowed to do it. So, I mean, as far as the shenanigans, you know what I mean? So they don't want to fight. They want him to come down on his price or whatever. They try to bully you, They want it to be like a lower percentage, So it's just a bunch of, whatever right now.
Go ahead, Tony. What you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say my only real question would be, what is Tyson Fury worth before Deontay Wilder? What can he do on pay-per-view without Deontay Wilder? Then my next question would be, what are the numbers that Dillian Whyte are doing right now, currently in all his fights? That to me is how you get the percentage. I don't care who the champion is. At the end of the day, it's who puts the most asses in the seat.
Right.
Well, let everybody tell it that Deontay Wilder was more of a seller than AJ, and I knew different, but this is what they say. So that's why I don't talk to a lot of people about by. Well, that's what they're saying. So I'm not saying you saying it, but this is what people do on here. That's why I don't talk a lot of.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
AJ would get stadiums with 90,000 people. Wilder was having trouble selling out 8,000 tickets.
Yeah, but they go by the US and UK. That's what I'm saying. It's just all like justification. So I'm just going by, I don't even really care about none of that. It's none of my money. I'm not pocket watching. But I just go by try to go by what the facts are. So it is what it is. I don't care no more. And when I stop caring, it's like whatever. Yep, it's crazy. But I never really hear them talk about lineal too much in the other weight divisions. Hello?
Yo, go
Hello?
ahead. I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah.
Like, I never hear them really talk about lineal in the other weight divisions. Like, is there a lineal welterweight? I never hear that.
I don't know if it matters in any other weight class. I mean, I really don't know.
There have been lineal, at 175.
Mm-hmm.
There's been lineal at 175, like kept up like
Yeah,
that. It's never,
I know
keep up.
Bertuviev is the lineal, yeah. Because he
Right,
beat Vostik, who beat what's his name?
Yeah, Steve
Adonis. Yeah, he was the lineal for a long time, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you said Adonis Stevenson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was tracing it back.
I always wanted to see him and Kovalev fight because I always thought Adonis would knock out Kovalev.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Dangerous fight either way.
I don't think he would have not. I think Kovalev's jab was too much, man. I think Kovalev would have eventually, scored a late round KO on Stevenson, man. I think that jab would have gave Stevenson problems. That's what in my opinion.
If he got him with that corkscrew left hook, that corkscrew, that left.
Right. The thing with Adonis is that he can end you in any round, though. He has power in every round, to your life. I think, but Kovalev was, he's very cautious. What Kovalev did in that first award fight solidified it for me that Kovalev would have just outboxed Adonis Stevenson. And Adonis Stevenson, he's a good dude, but it was the reason why he avoided a lot of fights. And he would, kind of delay on his fights because he was kind of a two-trick pony, in my opinion. He was a two-trick pony. He was he was a two-dimensional fighter, in my opinion. And that happened. And what you see with Vostik, that it came out like that, that he was a 2D fighter with Vostik. It happened, where he got hurt really bad. He got really, really seriously hurt.
Yeah, but whenever Stevenson got hurt real bad, he was like 94 years old.
Yeah, that wasn't the same Stevenson. I put that into consideration. I mean, he's a beast.
How many fights did he have before that Vodstick fight, though? How many fights did he postpone or either cancel or pulled out of before that
I don't
Vodstick
know.
fight? I'm saying it's
He wasn't
quite a bit.
fighting Austin. He wasn't
Wasn't
fighting
fighting
Austin.
There was a reason, because he was, for me, he was a 2D fighter. You know, there was a lot of fighters calling him out that was like, yo, I want to get in the ring with him. And he knew the writing was on the wall. He knew that somebody with a really, really good jab, an educated jab, and knows how to turn him and go and get away from his power hand, that they would have caught him. And that's how Vosley caught him. You know, he outboxed him, and then he hurt him really bad throughout the fight. The last 3 rounds, boxing was tagging him at will. You know,
I mean, but at the same time, like if you're talking about good jabs, but if you go talk about good jabs,
the fight with Vosley should have been ended. It should have been, he should have been stopped 2 or 3 rounds. The coach should have thrown a towel on him. You know, before that even went to that stage in the fight. You know, because he was hurt really bad. You know, and they didn't call the fight. His corner didn't save him. You know.
Mm-hmm.
What I was gonna say is, though, if you're gonna talk about good jabs, though, in my opinion, Tony Bellew had a really good jab. Like Bellew's jab was good, but Adonis completely annihilated him.
Mm-hmm. Well, Styles makes fights.
Tony Bellew didn't have a chin, though. He had a glass jaw.
Did Kovalev?
No.
Kovalev.
I mean, we watched the guy.
Pretty good.
Andre
Kovalev's
Ward.
jaw is pretty good. It's just his body.
Well, hold on. Andre Ward is no power puncher, and he was a much smaller guy coming up. And even though I thought Ward lost the first fight, there was still moments in that first fight where Ward was backing his ass up. And we're talking about a much smaller guy, weaker guy. I don't know.
Ward is strong.
I think Ward was tagging him to the body.
I think Kovalev. I'm sorry. I think Kovalev was always smoking mirrors. I think he was always smoking mirrors. I think I swear I believe that Stevenson would have knocked him the fuck out. He would have been sleeping.
Kovalev's problem was he couldn't put the vodka down, and he was weak to the body. He wasn't doing his due diligence in that gym. He wasn't being a gym rat, right? And this is what. And they would talk about it, especially the guys in Triple G's camp when they used to spar each other. They would say, like, you know what, you need to put that fucking bottle down. If you put that fucking bottle down and be in the fucking gym more and stop going out to fucking clubs and being stupid, you would have done a lot better for his body and for his career. And Ward understood this. That's why Ward, put that, that water in the basement, that money in the bank to the body on Kovalev, and that's how he won that fight, because he was putting that work into the body.
He beat him with mental warfare too. Remember, they did some research on him, especially with that second fight, and they found out more who he was. And
Ward even went more. Ward in that second fight went even harder to Kovalev's body. That's why that happened. That's why he got him out of there so quick, because he went even harder to his body. He abandoned that jab to the upstairs to his head. Boy, wasn't going to the head like that. He was feinting to the head and then going to the body immediately.
Yeah,
like
he was killing him. Yeah,
killing him to the body. That's why he capitulated so fast.
But then they said that was a controversial fight too. The ending, so it was. Oh God,
it was a thing with. Ward was going with the low blows and stuff. There was a couple of low blows, and yeah, it was. Admittedly, there was. But the ref didn't grant it like.
Yeah, they had to review that. Remember?
Yeah.
The commission had to review that. It was a big mess. I remember. There was so many people on here fighting. Remember, Andrew?
Yeah. No, I agree. But
it was hostile territory. Yeah.
You only get away with the ref lets you get away with. The ref's going to let you get away with rabbit punches that happen. We've seen that countless times in professional boxing. It's not amateur boxing where the ref will catch you and then penalize you. It's professional boxing. It's a fight. It is a fight. Yes, you could be the ultimate boxer, supreme boxer, but then you got some guys like Maidana who don't give a shit. That's gonna hit you in every angle, anywhere they can, punch you in your fucking arm. You know, like a Canelo Alvarez, he understood his assignment. That you know what, I'm not gonna fuck around with Callum Smith. I'm gonna hit this motherfucker in his fucking arms because he's a big fucking tank of a man. He's a big fucking man. He's 6'4", and I'm gonna hit his damn arms so I can get to his body. Because you know, Callum Smith's arm was long enough to where he was covering his whole body. So Canelo Alvarez understood where, you know what, I gotta hit his fucking biceps really hard, and he ended up breaking or displacing one of his bicep muscles because he was hitting him so hard in the arms so he can get to his body. That's how he won. You know.
Well, look at why you think if you notice the second fight, remember Floyd was really upset with the reffing in the first fight with Maidana?
Yeah.
And I think it was Tony Weeks, and in the second fight they had High Butt.
Bayless.
What's his name again?
Kenny,
I said I call him High Butt. Okay, so he was the ref, and you know he's the type that don't like you to. I don't want to say he over refs, but if you're close, break, or he's that type of ref, so he wasn't gonna allow that. So Floyd was smart with that second fight. You know what I mean?
Listen, Kenny Bayless is gonna.
He over refs a little bit.
Listen, Kenny Bayless is gonna be like. He's gonna be like.
His butt is gonna be in my face.
Listen,
say it.
I told your asses about that hugging shit. Your asses about that hugging shit. Okay, listen. What I say. Break. Do what I say and break. Okay, stop it.
Oh man. Be like, yo, man, why you always turn your behind? Yeah, it's like, come on.
Listen, hold up. There ain't gonna be no gay shit over here. Stop hugging each other. Stop hugging each other. Y'all shouldn't be that close, damn it. Punch him. Break. Ain't no working inside. Damn it.
Floyd ain't mess with Tony Weeks. Yeah. I don't see Tony like I used to.
Tony's behind the scenes now, man. He's doing a lot of behind the scenes work and setting up the fights. He's got an executive position. He's got he is pretty much he's working with all the sanctioning bodies and carrying out the rules and regulations of the sport. He's really Tony Weeks has really become one of the movers and shakers, kind of like Castro. Remember Castro? That ref?
Vaguely. Yeah, what's his first name?
I forget his first name, but I know it's
What
Castro.
are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Haven't seen him in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, the Puerto Rican guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get on my cell phone.
Okay.
Yeah. They end up being behind the scenes and they end up getting behind the scenes and writing out the rules and regulations. I myself been looking at trying to be a referee. It takes a long time, man. It takes a long time. Maybe one day I'll be a referee, but not now.
Nice.
Because I can't afford, because referees don't get paid shit, so you got to work your way up. You got to do like the amateur fights and all this, that, and the third. And, I've done a couple. I've done a couple fights, when my time in the Marines and stuff like that. I was a drill instructor. So, I've judged fighting events during my time, and some fights in Quantico and stuff like that. But I'll get back into it. You know, I work a lot and stuff, but eventually I get back into the amateur circuit and referee there, and then work my way up one day, and hopefully one day I'll get a professional fight. But it's a long time. It's gonna be a long time. I'll probably be like Mills Lane. I'll be like 60 years old running around in the ring and shit, breaking fucking dudes up and shit. You know,
Yeah, Mills, little Mills, yup.
it's you know, it doesn't pay much, you know, but it's a commendable it's a commendable job, you know what I mean, to be the third man in the ring. You know, Tony got swole. What is this? What is this? Tony got swole. This is a is this a hack? Is it a troll? Well, no, we don't know. Oh shit, look at
him. Figured, you know, I ain't been on camera in a long time. Might as well, you know, just jump on for a second. So yeah,
working out.
What's going on? How you doing?
Chilling.
So look right there. You see what I'm talking about? Actual right there, LDBC person coming through showing support.
I don't consider D Hodges. Who you talking about? D Hodges?
Yeah.
I don't consider D Hodges an LDBC guy. He's just he's a YTBC guy. He's been around before the LDBC. So I don't consider D Hodges an LDBC.
We'll ask him. D Hodges.
I just don't.
Well, I guess I could be reading into it too much because he also said the UC because you're here. Black was here earlier. Hoblow's here.
Yeah, I was on Lady Chan's
kind of person.
Okay, this is getting too hard.
Another video we was doing the recap of the fight the weekend.
I'm impersonating D Hodges. See, look, y'all, I ain't claiming no LDBC, no UGT. I'm just me, D Hodges. You feel me, baby?
Oh, you impersonating D Hodges, huh?
You know D Hodges, he got like a certain kind of like a tone of voice. Like, see, y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. See, because y'all haven't been looking at this boxing like I have, okay? Y'all need to grow up.
That's that Boston. He got a Boston accent. You could tell.
Yeah,
what he wrote.
New England accent.
New England.
Hey, look.
You could hear.
You see it? See what he wrote?
So he said, I'm LDBC, but I'm different. Half don't like half. Oh, okay. I feel you. That's all good.
But no, like seriously though, like sometimes it surprises me like how many people from the LDBC find their way to my channel or want me to talk on their channels. It's weird to me because I don't like because the reason why I say it's weird is because a good bit of their fighters that they like, sometimes I'm very critical over. So it's just odd to me that I have a decent relationship with that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, I know, you know, Cali Enigma, 7-8 and stuff. I done been in panels with them, you know what I'm saying, way back, you know, Phenom when they used to fuck with them and shit. I've been on panels with all of them, you know what I'm saying? And so I know them.
I'm not going.
You know, we've been on panels many a time. You know, famous athletics, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy, man. That's still my guy, you know what I'm saying? Even I haven't talked to him in a minute, but you know, them dudes, you know, Blue Blood Sports Team, you know, we've been on panels together too. So, you know, Ticket TV and all that stuff. If I know them dudes, you know, it's just right now, you know, they be on some bullshit. They be on some, you know, narrative shit. And I'm not with the narratives. I'm with the, you know, calling the shit down the middle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't claim one side or this side or that side. I call the shit down the middle. You feel me? Like I ain't with the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to be with the fuck shit.
You know, I don't
I don't do it for
have
clicks
anything.
or views. That's why I don't put out content like that, because motherfuckers would be mad at me because I'm gonna make you mad.
Wait, am I talking?
You know, I'm kind of like the Three Kings boxing. If you ever heard of Three Kings boxing, Prodigy of boxing,
Yeah, I heard that.
yeah, we can agree, but the next minute I'm gonna make you mad because I'm objective.
So what I was gonna say is, because I don't hear anybody talking anymore. As far as Blue Blood goes, I don't have anything against Blue Blood. One of the first lives I ever did was on another channel, and I had a debate against him. And the only thing I don't like about him is he uses himself as a source when he has no sources. Like, you can't source yourself on some shit that you don't know. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, you made these.
I mean, I get it, man.
And you source yourself. Come on. But outside of that, what was I gonna say? I don't know him personally, but I don't like Fanon. I've listened to him speak. I don't like his voice. And like, I remember listening to a story that he was telling about, oh yeah, in college I used to fight and blah 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 blah. Man, it sounded like he was making this shit up as he was talking. Like, don't nobody believe you.
Yo, dogs, with Blue Blood, man, I remember he's saying some shit about, yo, I had some beef with some Latin kings and all this, that, and the third. And I was like, yo, you know, I have to call up the homies, like, yo, because I know some homies, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, dogs, like, you know this such and such from this area? Nah, we don't know that cat, man. He's just making some shit up, dogs. Like, we don't know him. Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, you making some shit up, man. Like, I can't respect that, man, because I live in the reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in them fucking streets for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, shootouts, all that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? All that stupid shit I used to do when I was like 14, 15 fucking years old. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that, did it twice. Don't do it no more. That's why I went to the fucking Marine Corps, to get the fuck away from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm gonna fucking die for something, I'm gonna be fucking dying for something that fucking actually matters, like my fucking country, like, you know, fucking rights and freedoms. You know, I'd rather die for that shit than fucking dying in them fucking streets that don't love nobody. You know what I'm saying? So that's my prerogative. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I fucking serve my country, because, you know, if I'm gonna die for something, I'm gonna die for this fucking USA right here, the country I believe in. You feel me? That's why I fucking serve. You know what I'm saying? Not no fucking